morning everybody and welcome to Park's first virtual assembly. Now I am quite nervous about doing this today because I've never done anything like it before, and I wish with all my heart that I could see you guys sitting in front of me so that I could be speaking to you and not to the back of this telephone. But here we are, and I'm going to try my very best to be the Mrs Ttoffali that you know and I hope you love, and we'll conduct this assembly to the best of my ability. Now before we go any further, I've just got a couple of things, a couple of welcomes for the audience. Now firstly, we need to say a huge great big welcome to the world to two babies. Now in the time that we've been away, Miss Ravi has had a baby, and so has Tahira, who works in the office for us. Now I'm sure that you would join with me to give them a huge great big round of applause in congratulations. So just be thinking about those lovely babies that we've welcomed into the world. Now we have another welcome this morning, and that is to all the lovely young people that are going to be joining us at Park in September. Now this week we have heard that we've got 90 children coming to join us in reception in September, and unfortunately we are not going to be able to meet you just yet. But if you're watching, you're very welcome and we can't wait to meet you. And if you're part of Park's community already, then I just need you to make sure that when we come back and then when they are with us then in September, that you give them an extra special welcome, because that's going to be a very special time for them. Now before I go any further with the story, and I'm going to share some stars with you today, I'm going to give an introduction to one of my friends. Now, one of my friends I'm going to hand over to is Miss Cook, who I believe has an extra special message for you this morning.
Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about respect and what that means. We're also going to be focusing on how we can respect animals. Have a little think just now about what respect means to you.
Respect is when you treat other people with care and consideration.
I think respect means that you care about one another and you don't really care about yourself either. You just think about others.
I agree. If you have respect for somebody, it's how you treat them and how you talk to them and how your attitude is towards them. And yeah.
Respect to me means showing the greatest care and appreciation that I can for something, whether that's the world around me, other people, or myself.
I think respect is all about listening to your friends and respecting them and treating them well.
And I agree with him by it's just people respect the Queen.
How Hassan said, you respect the Queen, you should you might respect someone more than someone else, but you should respect everyone the same.
As I mentioned, respect can also be to do with not just how we respect each other, but how we respect animals, like the lion here. We're going to go and have a look at some other animals that we need to respect. Come on, lion, let's go. Oh, I can hear something out here. Oh, I can see a pigeon. Looks like the pigeon is sitting on a nest. I wonder how we would respect this pigeon. How could we respect the pigeon? That's right. We can respect that pigeon by keeping our distance and staying away. Let's go, lion. Let's find some other people we can show respect to.
Alright, so I'm a great white shark.
I live in the Atlantic Ocean, but I can travel around. So I like to swim quite fast with my fin ear. I like to bare my teeth. I might take a chunk out of a seal. You know, the usual stuff.
Right, I see. So quite a ferocious predator. It seems strange to even think that something as weak as a human being could impact you. But, I mean, you're saying that it does then. What do humans do that can harm you, Mr. Shark?
Oh, it's awful. Terrible, really. So, some of my friends, I saw it with my own eyes here. We were swimming along. They got caught in a fishing net, dragged out of the ocean, and their fin was chopped off and they were plopped back in the ocean. So sad. Also, these humans you talk about, they keep dropping plastic into the ocean. This can get caught on our bodies. It can be awful. Stop dumping the waste out in my home.
I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah, go ahead.
In America today, there are more wild animals, not wild, in cages in America than in the wild.
Oh,
That's not very respectful, is it?
That's really not respectful.
So I sometimes feel as if I'm liked, but not really respected. An animal deserves to be free.
So, what would you suggest humans could do to help you?
Conservation. Yeah, that's what we need. If you respect us, respect our distance.
For today, we've been thinking about the word respect. We've had a think about how we can respect each other, what respect means to us, how we can respect animals. I want you to keep all of that in your head and continue to think about how you can show respect to your family, your friends, and our park community. Stay safe, guys.
So thank you, Miss Cook, with your message of respect. Now, for those of you, well, some of you may know that it's been Earth Day this week. And so that message is all the more poignant as it's important, isn't it, for us to respect the natural world, our surroundings and animals, as well as our respect for each other. Now, I'm now going to hand over to the lovely Miss Phelan, another one of my friends, who is also known, I believe, as Mitzy Pecknold.
Hello TT Rockstars and Numbots fans, it's me, Mitzy Pecknold here, ready to bring you the latest updates and data from our TT Rockstars and Numbots progress this week. So in my last video I issued a challenge to our TT Rockstars players to see if we could become faster as a school. Last time our speed was I think 3.6 seconds per question. Now our speed is 3.47 seconds per question. So years 5 and 6, you've been working on decimals recently. How much faster did we get? Now we are still in 6th place on the leaderboard for our local area, but we're not far behind St. Stephen's, Buxton and Carpenters, who are all tied on 3.25 seconds per question. So I bet if we try really hard over the next week and get our score a little bit faster, then we might be able to push 3 schools out of the way and move quickly up that leaderboard, okay? Now let's go to Key Stage 1 and see who our top 5 Numbots players were last week. So in 5th place, coming from Pastor class, we had Mohammed Rahman. Well done, Mohammed. That is excellent work. 4th place, Attenborough. Well done for Year 1 players. And that was Sarah. Well done, Sarah. In 3rd place, again, Pastor class, we had Ira. And 2nd place from Pastor class again, Miss Kazi is going to be super excited. We had Fauzan, and our Numbots champion for last week was Zainab in Marie Curie. Well done, Zainab. That is super exciting. Now in Key Stage 2, our top 5 players for last week. So in 5th place, well done, Alex D. It was you representing Rosa Parks' class. In 4th place, again in Year 5, it was Ishak in Helen Keller. Well done, Ishak. In 3rd place, in Year 3, it was Daksh from Galileo. Well done. In 2nd place for all of Key Stage 2, it was somebody from Year 3 again, coming from Edison class this time, and it was you, Robert. Well done. That is fantastic for year threes to have 2 players in the top 5. And finally, our number 1 TT Rockstars player in Key Stage 2 last week was you, Adelina in Helen Keller. Well done. So it's a fantastic week for year threes and year 5s, year 4s and year 6s. I would like to see some of you on the leaderboard next week. Okay, everybody, keep playing at home all week. Keep healthy, keep happy, keep safe, and rock on!
And thank you, Mitzy Pecknold. Now, I am going to share a story with you this morning, which I've chosen because of its theme of happiness and maybe also appreciating what we have. Now, when I finish the story and when this assembly is over, perhaps you would like to, or maybe you'd like to talk to the people in your household about why you think that I chose to read this story and what maybe we can learn from the tale. So this story is called The Old Woman in the Vinegar Bottle. Once there was an old woman who lived in a vinegar bottle. It was rather a small bottle, and the old woman spent much of her time polishing the glass walls. This made her very grumpy. "Oh dear," she would say, "what a terrible life I lead living in this bottle where everyone can see me. Oh, how I wish I could live in a cottage with a little garden and lace curtains at the window. I would be happy then." One day, as she was saying these things to herself, an angel flew by and heard the old woman's words. The angel felt sorry for her, and in a flash the vinegar bottle was turned into a little cottage with lace curtains at the window and a pretty garden. The old lady looked around her in wonder. Gone were the glass walls. She now had everything she wished for. The angel smiled and went on its way. Some time later, the angel flew past the old woman's cottage and heard a familiar sound. "Oh dear, what a terrible life this is, just a poky little cottage, a tiny garden and no room in which to put anything. I wish I had a proper house with an upstairs, a nice big garden and a spare bedroom to put all my things in. Then I'd be happy." The angel heard the old woman's words and was sorry that she was not happy. In a flash, the cottage was transformed into a large house on 2 floors with a long garden at the back. The old lady looked pleased. The angel smiled and went on its way. Not long afterwards, the angel came that way again and heard a voice that it recognised. "Oh dear, what a terrible life this is. A huge house and only me to look after it. All those stairs to go up and down. All those rooms to clean. A large garden to look after and no one to help me. I wish I could live in a palace with servants to look after me, lovely clothes to wear and people to visit me. Oh, how happy I'd be then." The angel sighed when it heard the woman's words. In a flash, the house was replaced by a great palace with crystal chandeliers and servants in every room. There were lovely gardens full of flowers and gardeners to look after them. There were cupboards full of dresses to wear and many different bedrooms to choose from. The kitchens provided any food she wanted. All who saw this wonderful palace wanted to meet the lucky person who lived there. The old lady blinked in wonder. The angel smiled and went on its way. Some time later, the angel passed by the palace and heard, "Oh dear, what a terrible life this is. So many people to see, so many servants to look after, such long way to walk, so many rooms and corridors. So much food, it's making me fat. So many flowers I don't know what to do with. So many doors to open and close. What a life! Before she could say another word, an amazing thing happened. In a flash of light, the old woman found herself back in the vinegar bottle. And for all I know, she is still there today. Please don't forget to have a little discussion in your houses, in your homes, with the people around you about my story about the lady or the old woman in the vinegar bottle, because she wasn't a very contented lady, was she? And yet she had everything that she asked for. Now, at the moment, I know we'll all be struggling maybe, or finding it potentially a little bit challenging to be at home all of the time, other than our one bit of exercise every day. But you're doing a great job staying at home. And for most of you, and I've been looking at your learning, most of you have been really engaging with what we've been setting for you on our learning platforms and in your Google Classrooms. So at this point in the assembly, what we're going to do is share just a little bit of the learning that's been going on in people's homes. Thank you so much for sending it, and continue to do so.
Cheers.
Bye, Mummy. Bye, baby. Have a nice day.
Bye, dear. Have a good day at work.
Bye.
Bye. I got the keys.
Bye. Yum yum.
Biscuit, Sophie?
Yes, please.
Who could that be? We better go see.
I'm scared. Excuse me, may I have tea? Yes, you can. What would you like?
So thank you for that lovely learning. And as I said, that's just a little snapshot of the magnificent stuff that's been going on. Now, I have the brilliant job now of just saying a few names that have come to us, these people have made an extra special effort, or their attention has been brought to their class teacher, and I'm going to share some names with you now. But continue to do what you're doing, and maybe, just maybe, next week or the week after, it will be your name that somebody is calling out. So the first person that I want to mention here today is Mesa in Year 2. Now Mesa, you have been nominated for being kind, caring and compassionate. Your mummy, Mesa, has told us lots about the amazing things you've been doing at home to help her and your brother, and we are unbelievably proud of you. Even when things have been really tough, you've been supportive and thought about others in your family. Thank you so much and well done. In Year 2 as well, I have Benjamin. And this says, for continuing to use your learning powers even though you're not in school. Benji, we have heard from your teachers that you have been a real creative chameleon at home, and this is not necessarily something that you always have found easy. Well done for being so resilient and keep being creative at home. Well done you. I'm going to zip over to Year 5 and Year 3, where I have nominations for Gabriel and Giselle, a brother and sister. and they have been nominated for their engagement in a wide variety of tasks and learning. To both of you, we've seen many examples of your superb pieces of work over the last few weeks, and we're really proud of the care that you have taken over everything that we've seen. Thank you. Now, also in Year 5, I have Riona, thank you for your thoughtfulness towards others. Apparently, Riona, whenever your teachers have spoken to you on the telephone, you've always asked after others. And that means you've been especially interested in the children and the people that you used to share your time with before you were at home. You have been helping children for us in school, and those children that you've been helping, you've been particularly keen to find out and to make sure that they're about and make sure that they're okay. Thank you. You've also been incredibly caring towards your family when they've been feeling a bit poor. Well done, Mary. Now in Year 6, I have a few nominations. Now, Khadija Kay has been nominated for her genuine care and consideration that she has demonstrated over the past few weeks. Thank you, Khadija. You have shown care for others in a way that makes us incredibly proud. You know that care is really important to us at home, and your teachers have seen the care that you've shown, and that it's really genuine and deep-rooted. In addition to that, you've shown great confidence to share your learning with others, and that has been really noticeable. Thank you. And for the same kind of reason, Alba in Year 6 too has been nominated, and she's been nominated for her confidence to share her learning with others. Alba, it takes great strength and confidence to share that learning with so many people on this platform, and well done for having that courage. We've been really impressed with the care and attention to detail you've shown as well. Thank you. Now I've got 2 nominations for 2 boys in Year 6 actually, Huzaifa and Bogdan. Now these boys have been nominated for their mature and confident, considerate conversations when on the telephone to their teachers. Apparently, boys, you have been caring and curious, asking questions about other people, as well as engaging in a really mature conversation about what you've been up to. Well done. Now, I need to just say a very big congratulations and thank you to Oscar and Nancy. Oscar in Year 5 and Nancy in reception. Your commitment to your learning at this challenging time has been second to none. And it's so lovely to watch you thoroughly enjoying what you're doing at home and engaging with everything that we put out there. Thank you for being you. I've got a nomination for a child in reception called Devon. Well done, Devon. And that's for your enthusiasm towards your learning and your exhibition of creativity. I have seen a beautiful picture of you underneath the rainbow that you created. And your teachers say, we've been delighted to hear how much you've been enjoying your learning, and we're really impressed by the creativity that you've shown too. Keep up the hard work, Devon, and thank you. Now my final star of the week this week is nominated for, it's Eliza in Year 3. Now Eliza, your mummy nominated you, and she said that you've been a little afraid to go out and to leave your home, and that's completely understandable, but that when you spoke to Miss Rios on the phone, you had gained in confidence, and that you then went for a walk and even a run in the park with Mummy. And after that, you said how much you'd enjoyed it, and now you want to go for a little walk and maybe even a run every single day. Eliza, I'm so proud of you for overcoming that fear. It's really important that you get out and get some fresh air, and it's great that you can spend some time with Mummy like that. Well done, you. Thank you. Now, that is it for this week's Stars of the Week. But as I said, please make sure that you continue to engage with the learning and try and get yourself nominated so that I will be able to say your name in this place next week. Thank you. And maybe we can carry over the Star of the Week lunches. What do you think? Okay, so that's it now for us today, and it's the end of our assembly. But just to say thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to be able to speak to you, even if I can't see you. Very soon, hopefully I'll be able to see you again. And I just want to say to you, stay safe, stay at home, get your bits of exercise, and I look forward to seeing you at next week's assembly. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you.